He made millions laugh. And then suddenly, he was gone. At just 41, TikTok star Steve Bridges, the man whose skits could turn even the dullest day into a smile, passed away in his sleep. Overnight, the news spread across TikTok like wildfire, a wave of disbelief, grief, and confusion, hitting millions who had watched him every day. How could someone so full of life, energy, and laughter be gone so suddenly, so quietly? His videos were still trending. His jokes were still echoing through comment sections. Yet behind those smiling clips, something tragic had already unfolded. Something no one saw coming. It began with a trembling voice and tear-filled eyes. Steve's wife, Chelsea, appeared on his own Instagram page on October 15th, sitting in their living room, holding back tears, her words breaking as she said, "He passed away peacefully in his sleep." There was no dramatic production, no music, no filters, just raw heartbreak from a woman saying goodbye to the man who made the world laugh. Within hours, her video had spread across TikTok and Instagram like a storm of grief. Fans flooded the comments with disbelief and love. "Thank you for the laughter. You made my darkest days brighter. Rest easy, legend." Authorities in Peoria, Illinois, later confirmed what she had said. It was a natural passing. No signs of struggle, no chaos, just quiet. Peaceful. The kind of ending that almost didn't seem real for a man whose life had been defined by motion, noise, and joy. But even in that silence, his impact was louder than ever. To the world, Steve Bridges was pure energy. The kind of creator who could turn everyday annoyances into laugh-out-loud moments. He built his following on relatable comedy, transforming the ordinary into something hilariously exaggerated. The pushy solar panel salesman who wouldn't take no for an answer. The clueless deadbeat boyfriend who always had an excuse. The kids at the public pool causing harmless chaos. Every video felt like a scene straight out of real life, only funnier, sharper, more human. With over 2 million followers across TikTok and Instagram, Steve had become a household name in online comedy. His sketches weren't just quick jokes. They were snapshots of everyday people we've all met. His wife, Chelsea, often joined him in those videos, sometimes as the voice of reason, sometimes as his comedic partner in crime. Together they built a world that felt real. A couple who could make fun of life and still make it look beautiful. What fans didn't always see was how calm and grounded Steve was off camera. Away from the punchlines and the fast edits, he was a husband and father of 3 who preferred backyard barbecues over parties, quiet family dinners over fame. His laughter online was loud, but at home, his happiness came from something much softer. Watching his kids play, holding his wife close, and building a life far removed from the chaos of viral fame. He didn't just post videos. He created moments, reminders that laughter could make life lighter, even for a little while. And for millions, that's exactly what he did. Chelsea said it best through her tears. Who you saw online was just the characters he created. Because behind every punchline, every exaggerated voice, and every viral sketch, there was a man who had dreamed of comedy long before the internet ever existed. Steve wasn't some overnight influencer who stumbled into fame. He came from small-town roots, where laughter was a kind of currency, the thing that kept people going when life got tough. Friends say he was the kid who could turn detention into a comedy show, who imitated teachers just to see his classmates smile. That spark never left him. But what made his story remarkable was how he built it entirely on his own. No Hollywood agent, no studio deal, no PR machine. Just a phone, an idea, and the belief that people still wanted to laugh about the little things in life. His sketches didn't rely on shock value or trends. They came from sharp observation, from real people he'd met, from moments he'd lived. Fans saw a comedian, but those closest to him saw an artist, a man who studied human behavior, who spent hours perfecting a line just to make it sound effortless. And yet, the truth behind that laughter was deeper than fans ever realized. Because for Steve, comedy wasn't just entertainment. It was therapy, a way to push back against a family legacy marked by tragedy and loss. And in his final years, That quiet fight for health and longevity became the unseen story beneath every smile. For years, Steve had been on a quiet mission to break a cycle that had haunted his family for generations. After losing his father, grandfather, and grandmother far too young, he became determined to live differently. He gave up junk food, committed to fitness, and talked often about wanting to outrun genetics. His grandmother had passed away in her sleep at just 52. His father and grandfather, both in their 40s, suffered the same fate. It was a pattern that terrified him, one he worked hard to change through discipline and self-care. Yet in a twist so cruel it almost defied belief, fate found a way to repeat itself. Chelsea shared that heartbreak openly, saying her husband never took a single day for granted. He lived with intention, always mindful that time is never promised. In her words, "Please never take life for granted. Love your family. Take care of yourself." But even in his final moments, his family says Steve left something behind, a lesson for all of us. Even after his passing, Steve Bridges' laughter refuses to fade. His sketches still flood TikTok's For You page, each clip now carrying a bittersweet weight. A reminder of the man who made millions laugh just by being himself. Fans continue to tag his videos with comments like, "Still makes me smile," and "You'll never be forgotten." Creators across platforms have joined in paying tribute, stitching his clips, recreating his lines, and sharing how his humor helped them through tough times. Friend and filmmaker Eric Mathis summed it up best. "He was so kind, so genuine, so passionate about his art." Behind the viral fame was a simple, devoted life, 16 years of marriage, a 14-year-old daughter, and 10-year-old twin sons who adored him. His home was filled with laughter long before the internet ever heard his voice. Chelsea has said she plans to keep his social accounts alive, not as a shrine to grief, but as a place of gratitude, where fans can return, smile, and remember him exactly as he wanted, making people laugh. And that might be his truest legacy, living proof that joy doesn't die when we do. It lingers in every soundbite, every smile, every memory. Steve Bridges showed the world that laughter isn't just entertainment. It's a gift that echoes long after we're gone. In the end, Steve Bridges' story isn't just about loss, it's about appreciation, about time, family, and the laughter that connects us all. His wife Chelsea said it best, "I will probably grieve online too, because this is life now." Her words weren't about followers or fame. They were about connection. The same kind Steve built through every funny, heartfelt video he ever made. Steve reminded millions that humor is healing, that laughter is love made audible. And even though he's gone, his voice still echoes. In our feeds, in our hearts, in the small moments where we find ourselves smiling for no reason at all. So if Steve Bridges ever made you laugh, even once, do something simple in his honor. Tell someone you love them today. Because in the end, that's the truest punchline of all. ChatGPT can make mistakes. See,